Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of November 30th through December 6th. And during that time, we'll have a waxing gibbous moon. And that's a really good time for us to demonstrate our flexibility. We're going to kind of look around at the things that we've been working on in this cycle and see where we need to make adjustments, what we need to continue, what we maybe need to let go of and not do anymore, and just make those adjustments and go ahead and continue along the path of getting things accomplished. We then move into the full moon energy on December 5th. And a full moon, of course, is a time of heightened emotions. Some people can feel overwhelmed and anxious or a little snappy and irritable. If you're like me, I'm totally energized during a full moon. It does not bother me in the least. In fact, I really enjoy that kind of energy. So keep those moon energies in mind as we're moving through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading, Capricorn. So as always, please take what resonates with you, but leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is confidence is your key to success, which is funny because I just pulled that card out for Sagittarius. So if you have a Sagittarius in your life and you're a cross watcher, you may want to watch their reading because they're trying to be confident this week as well. All right, Capricorn, my fun weekly reminder this week is that you notice the world around you when it comes to synchronicities. And this could be animals or repeating number patterns. This could be a song that you overhear, or maybe a conversation that you overhear, maybe one that you're not even a part of. It's just maybe as you're walking down the street, you hear a word come out of someone else's conversation. It could just be something that's very relevant to you. So watch for those synchronicities through the week a little bit more. That's the universe's way of offering you little breadcrumbs on your unique path. All right, let's get into this reading. November 30th through December 6th. Confidence is your key to success. And your overall present energy right now is the Six of Pentacles. So you are in a space. Actually, I will hold this card up because if I'm reading in person, I always ask people, exactly what is happening in this card. What do you see happening? So it could be one of two things. And people either say this person is giving to these people or these people are receiving. So you're either in giving or receiving mode. Here we are in the holiday season. You might be in giving mode, and so maybe you just need to embrace that and go ahead and put your energy into that right now. Your current situation is the Five of Cups, which is kind of in a grief situation. So there might be something that you've been sad about. Sometimes this time of year, people do kind of face things. We miss people that have gone before us. We're in the holidays and you start thinking about those people. But if it will uplift you to give during the season, if you're kind of feeling that way, that might make you feel a little bit better. So go ahead and give if that's what's going to help you. At the root of your situation is the Eight of Wands. So a lot of things are coming in very quickly, and this could be sometimes when it's the Eight of Wands, it's information coming in, but it also could be, thoughts, different awarenesses. It could be affecting, both of these cards, maybe some grief or feelings, things that you're feeling, or in giving, you might be having ideas or feelings. It just seems like there's a lot going on. There's a lot coming in. So just take a breath and try to get through all of it, right? In your recent past is the Hierophant. So you've been seeking guidance and you've been doing that in the past, and maybe it hasn't been helping, but maybe we'll get there. I'm trying to see what um your reading last week was about quieting your mind. So you may have had some things that have been on your mind, and that you were seeking some guidance about, and maybe it just maybe continue that route. If it hasn't really helped yet, maybe it's not sinking in. It could be why you're at a tarot reading right now, listening to it. So, just think about those words that are coming in for you, those messages. We also have two fives right now on the table. So you might want to look up angel number 55 and see if that has any bearing. But yeah, you need to have the confidence to move forward as these thoughts and feelings and information, all this stuff is coming in. What is on your mind this week is the King of Wands. So this is knowledge about an area that you have a lot of feeling and passion about. So, and that's just on your mind. I mean, that's an interesting place for that card to be. This is you just being knowledgeable about something that you are very passionate about. And maybe that's a way for you to kind of quell these feelings and these things that are coming in, is to kind of just shuffle your energy and re-engage yourself in something that you love to do. It could just get your mind off something if you're feeling a little bit down. What is just ahead of you this week is, yeah, something that you're just mentally done with. And I hope it's this thing that you just stop, you need to just stop thinking about it. So you almost need to find a distraction. And what is that for you? What is something that you love to do? This could be a hobby that you love. This could be people that you love to spend time with. This could be, but go ahead and treat yourself to that thing, whatever it is. You may need to just get out of your own way for a couple of days. Get away for a weekend somewhere. Go do something fun. Get out of your own element. If it's cold and miserable where you are, maybe you need to go somewhere warm for a few days. If you're just feeling, I don't know, there's just so many different ways that if you're feeling stuck, just kind of to reboost and kind of re-energize and rejuvenate yourself. Go get a massage. Just do something nice for yourself. Can't wait to see what your self-care card might be for this time of year. All right. In your advice position is, yeah, look, Four of Wands, which is definitely about celebrate a little bit, distract yourself with, sometimes if you're just feeling blah, and I know it can be hard to do and you're just like, oh, I don't feel like doing that at all. But, here comes this card to remind you to celebrate, something about, just find some reason to make yourself, laugh a little bit. I know sometimes if I'm feeling down, there's certain things that just crack me up on the internet. One of them is, I don't know why, this is my go-to, is news bloopers. Nothing makes me laugh harder than people who aren't supposed to be laughing, but that crack up. That makes me laugh every time. There's certain comedians and stuff too that I just love to listen to. Even if I've heard these routines over and over, they just make me laugh so hard. So, your advice is to find the joy somewhere. There has to be some joy somewhere, even if it's just the smallest little thing. Maybe again, maybe there's some hobby that you have not engaged in a while, something that you do love to do and you're passionate about, but you just kind of force yourself, fake it till you make it. All right. What is beyond your control this week? Oh, hello, kitty. Beyond your control this week. I'm right here. Sometimes the cat is looking for me because he doesn't know that I'm in here reading cards. Kitty, look. He hasn't heard me yet. Beyond your control is feeling like you against the world here with the Seven of Wands. So lots of wands in this reading, lots of passion and fire. So you're kind of feeling like that, you against the world, and this could just be also you against you. But again, you have to find the joy. You have to fake it until you make it. All right. What is your secret desire or what you're trying to avoid is the Hermit card. Okay. I hope that you're trying to avoid that because I feel like that's what this guy's doing anyway, right? And again, your advice is to get out and be with friends. So I'm certainly hoping that that's what you're trying to avoid. Let's not be a hermit this week. Let's try to get out, find some people, find a way to laugh. In fact, this comedy is a great way to do it. Go get a friend and go to the local comedy club. I don't care if you even know who the comedian is. Usually, even the worst ones will make you laugh. So get out and find the laughter. In your outcome position is the Two of Swords. So maybe you are at some sort of decision point on something, and maybe you are mulling something over, and that's what's bringing this on. That very well could be. It doesn't look like you're going to make a decision this week, so you might as well have some fun. Confidence is your key to success. And I do think, again, you have to find the joy, find the laughter. What is hidden from you this week, Capricorn, is the Queen of Wands. So if the King of Wands is about knowledge of a thing, the Queen is about the understanding and the application of a thing. And look at all these wands that are in this reading, right? Lots of wands, but there's also something that you're just going to be done with these swords. And I hope it's this feeling. Hope you can get past that, get done with it, find the brighter side, and again, fake it till you make it. So okay, let's get a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. A final message for Capricorn, who, yeah, it did seem like you had a busy internal week last week. So I feel like we're maybe seeing the continuance of that. So you're just going to have to snap out of it a little bit. All right. Final message here for Capricorn. Shine your light. I love that. Again, Shine your light. Gotta fake it till you make it. Sometimes we all have to do that. Let's see what Capricorn needs to do in the way of self-care this week. Said I was curious about what this might be. Self-care for Capricorn. Ease. I love this. I have a swing in my backyard and I love swinging on it. Today, I allow life to be easy. Yeah, allow it to be easy. Everything doesn't have to be so heavy, so complicated, so cut and dried. Sometimes it is fake it till you make it, which I think you can do that this week, Capricorn. And hopefully we just get some happier cards next week. So, whatever this is, I feel like you are in your head. Let's avoid being a hermit. If you were doing that last week and you're pulling that into this week too, you're gonna have to get out and hang out with some people. And like I said, find a place to make yourself laugh. So, Capricorn, thank you so much for being here with me this week. I hope there was something that you can take away and use. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what it is that you've been going through that's kind of just got you in this funk. What are these things that you're thinking about? Is it really something that's that serious? I mean, can you put it aside for a little bit and just kind of lighten up a little bit? Maybe sometimes things just work out on their own somehow. So also, if you like my reading style, Capricorn, of course, please hit that like and subscribe button. Not only does that help me, which I really appreciate, but it'll help you find me next week where you can come back and hopefully next week we're out of this, we're back into, some brighter cards and have you smiling and laughing. And, but I think you can fake it till you make it this week. So thanks so much, Capricorn, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.